Hello, welcome to the video tutorial for uploading artwork into the new Artsy gallery template. We'll go step by step to show you how to make the gallery space your own, filled with your own artwork. So the first thing we need to do is to prepare some. For this tutorial, we're going to export a 3D model from Blender and save an image in Photoshop. So here is a cool little texture in Photoshop. It's a JPEG image, which works really well with New Art City. It's not too big of a file size. It's within the limits of 1920 by 1080. If you do have images that are higher resolution than this, they will be automatically scaled down. So we're going to save this as funkytexture.jpg. And let's go to New Art City and look for upload artwork. Here again are these supported image types. The assets will be needed to preload into New Art City. So if you do have very large videos or 3D models, it will take some time. So smaller file size is better. You can see the file format guidelines in depth here. Let's grab our funky texture. It's loaded in, it's optimized, and here we go. So first of all, the first thing is to make sure if you want it visible, turn the switch on. If you can't find your artwork, make sure it's visible. We want to edit a title. If we're having visitors look at the art, you can see that it is the funky texture, and it's made by me. So this metadata will show up to anyone who aims their cursor at your artwork in New Art City. I'll show you what this looks like in a second. If you have accessibility, you can put in alt text, and if you want to link your artwork or make it clickable to go to your website or another place on the internet, you can put in links and URLs here. Change the shape that it's displayed as. We're going to stick with panel. You can change the scale and numerically edit the rotation or position of your artwork. We can also do this by hand inside of New Art City, so I'll show you what that looks like right now. All right, so on the right, you can see that we called this the funky texture. It's made by me, and all those details will show up in a nice box. If you move away from the artwork, that will go away. And we can also see that it's duplicated on either side. It's presented a flat plane. We can move it around. If you make a mistake, you can Control Z to undo. If we right click, we can change the tools. So your basic rotational tools or your scale. Oops. If you click on it, it will show you a lot more about it. So make sure you grab the handles and scale it in and out. If you scale all the way down, it will actually reflect. It's kind of cool. And again, if you make a mistake, you can Control Z. So let's do a 3D model now. Here in Blender, for the demonstration, we're going to add an icosphere. Looks pretty cool. Let's add some color to it. Let's just choose a really cool purple. Looks nice. So the primary file type you're going to want to use in New Art City is GTLTF. Save it as the icosphere. Let's make sure to limit to selected objects, otherwise you're going to import your whole scene. We can apply any modifiers we have. We don't currently have any since it's just an icosphere, but if you did have modifiers on your model, they can bake them down. And materials will be exported as well. You can also import animation to New Art City, which is super cool. Back to our editing of our room, we can upload the artwork again. And this time, let's grab the icosphere. And we get the same settings, except now we have a really cool 3D presentation. We do want this to be visible in our gallery. And call this beautiful icosphere. Me. And let's just put in a link to New Art City, just for fun. And we'll show you how to texture wrap the image we've already uploaded in just a second. But again, we can put in a scale. If we want to make this twice as big, we can just go with 2. If we want to make it half as big, we can go with 0.5. Let's go for 2 for now. And let's preview this. So because we didn't change the origin, it's likely going to show up in the exact same spot as the plane. Now we did move the plane around a little bit, so that's to be expected, but here we have our icosphere. We can do the same thing to it we did with the plane. We can rotate it around, we can scale it. Very, very cool. And one more thing to show is the replacing of artwork. So if I was to want to update the texture and I wanted to invert it, so now we have an even cooler version, I can save this and it won't update in New Art City until we re-upload it. So if we go back into New Art City, the quick and easy way to do this, we can either upload it separately or replace. So let's just grab the funky texture again. And instead of adding 2 files, we're still going to have 1, but now it's got the new inverted texture. Let's turn this off in the gallery, and we will actually apply it as a texture to our icosphere. So down here we have texture wrap image. We're going to use the texture we grabbed earlier, and let's check it out. Wow, look at that. So the plane is no longer visible because we turned it off, but now we have the icosphere with the texture wrapped all over it. So that's it for now, and good luck with your art.